So you got a problem with the Lions fans?
Yeah, I'm sick and tired of them.
Right before recording, you're telling me this.
Yeah, I know. That was one of those situations where we should have saved. We had to save it for the podcast.
Save it for the podcast. We're always talking about stuff, and I go, save it for the podcast. Save it for the podcast.
And then we forget by the time it's podcast.
Yeah, I feel like we forget 90% of the shit.
We need to have a better note-taking system about ideas and stuff.
And we got to hire somebody to come up with the.
Somebody sit in the corner and just jot at the court reporter.
Yeah.
We just need somebody to log in everything. But yeah, Lions fans, I hate them. I hate them.
You hate them?
I'll say
You're going that far.
Yeah, I hate them. As a Bears fan, I think it's allowed because they hate us. So
now all the Lions fans aren't going to watch us anymore.
They can watch. Yeah, it's friendly rivalry.
I don't hate you, all right? I don't hate anybody.
It's not like I hate you and I want bad things to happen to you. I just hate you and want you to lose games. It's pretty simple. I think that's a fair sports hate. You can do that. That is clean. That's good, clean family fun. But I'm just sick and tired of just how they think that Jared Goff is like Jesus or something.
He's Jesus.
I'm very confused. Yeah, they're a good team, but you throw any other quarterback in there, they could be better. He's what's holding them back on their offense.
I mean, you could say that for a lot of teams, though. There's quarterbacks that are good enough, but like another quarterback from the same division, like Kirk Cousins, he's a good quarterback, he wins games, but if they get a better quarterback, then they might be a Super Bowl team like last year or this year. So you can kind of say about every team, but I kind of see what you're saying. There is a lot of hype with the Lions, which is understandable, but with Goff and he could be good. He could be like he was last year, but I think that's kind of the mistake people make is they automatically assume quarterbacks or any player is going to be just like they were the year before, and it's almost never the case. So I could see him playing. I can see him playing that well. I don't know if I see him getting better.
He's had those low years too in his career.
Yeah,
which
or
is
I can
weird.
see him kind of going. I don't expect him to go back to the back because at this time last year, people's thoughts on Goff? They were pretty bad.
Yeah.
I don't think I see him going back to that, but I could see an in between.
Yeah, I mean it's so weird. It's so weird. It's just there are, even if you throw Kirk Cousins on that team, they're so much better. So much better.
Lions fans might disagree with that.
That is, if you disagree with that, you are just blind to football. You are blind. Absolutely.
I mean,
blind.
they do have a good offensive line. That helps.
That's why Goff looks good. When he was good in L.A., when he had those years, it was because he had good offensive line. He needs time, obviously. Most quarterbacks do, but they run a very particular type of system there, and he fits that system. Again, no knock towards Jared Goff. He's, like you said, he can do what he's got to do, but there's so many better options out there, and that is what is holding them back. But Lions fans will act like this is besides Jordan Love, it's the worst quarterback in the division, and I don't think that's.
We just don't know how Jordan Love's going to be either, though.
Right.
We don't know how any of them are going to be. I think, honestly, Kirk Cousins, we know how he's going to be. He's going to be solid. He's not going to be great. He's not going to be terrible.
He's gonna impress you with a primetime game. You go oh, is this primetime Kirk? Then he's going to lose the next primetime game. You say, oh, no, it's not. He does that thing that he's just roller coaster all year long. I don't get it. They always stay in the hunt no matter what. It's probably because there's a weak division and they just beat up on the division every year, but definitely helps them. How many primetime games do the Lions get? Tell me 4 more, I'll throw up.
That's a good question. We'll have to look that up. Vikings got too many. The Vikings play. I just hate when my team plays primetime. Week 2 last year, they were at Philly primetime, got their ass beat.
Yep.
So this year, NFL decided to do it again. Week 2 primetime, Thursday Night Football at Philly, not Minnesota this time. Let's not switch it up this time. Let's send them back to Philly and let them get their ass beat again. I'm 100% guaranteeing my team loses that game. I think we can guarantee that.
You want to lock in your Week 2 picks?
Locking in my Week 2. We could do. I actually did my Week 1 picks. Just
already?
Yeah. I did it last year, too, though. Wait, really, just like we do our videos, I dragged my Bitmoji.
Okay.
You can do yours right now.
Yeah, I'll do my Week 1.
Yeah. First, let's take a look at the
Lions primetime.
And then I got to get your picks all ready. The way too early. People love that shit, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to miss.
So, not 100. I mean, last year they were 100% accurate. Every single pick. Yeah. So, Game 1 at Chiefs Thursday night.
They gave him the NFL opener.
Yeah, they've been getting so much hype, but they gave him the NFL opener. That's the crazy thing.
I want to just get slapped on a national stage. I'd love it.
Oh God, you're really hating right now.
They hate. It's again only for losing. It's not like I hate you guys as people.
I
As a
don't. I
Bears
don't even
fan,
like.
I gotta hate you.
I don't even like catch myself like rooting against the team. I guess if it's like coming down like the last week and like the Vikings to get in or they need somebody else to lose, then I'm gonna do it. I guess.
Yeah.
Or to win the division and somebody else like anybody in the division like
Yep.
and they're we play the Lions last game of the year. Of course, I'm rooting for the Vikings when they play those teams, but I never really catch myself like. This team better fucking lose.
I do that over like I would never wish injury upon anybody.
Oh no.
But I will wish you lose every game. I will say you're annoying. You could say I'm annoying. Nothing I'm going to say to them, I'm not going to be able to handle if they say it to me. And I think that's a good place to be.
Okay.
Week 1.
Yeah, you want the whole schedule for the Lions?
No, I just want to know what
time.
their prime.
Yeah.
How many?
So that week 1, then week 4, Thursday Night Football at Green Bay Packers, Amazon Prime.
That's gonna be an ugly game.
And then we got week 8, Monday Night Football, home against the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yep.
So what is that, 3?
Yep. Bears got 4. So
does Thanksgiving count? When is Thanksgiving? Doesn't tell me on here.
It should be.
It's got to be
November 20 something.
I found it. It's Thursday, November 23rd.
Yep.
11:30 a.m. Packers. Didn't we say they played the Packers? And it's a night game.
Both of their Packer games are prime time.
Well, if you count 11:30 a.m. on Thanksgiving prime
Definitely
time, it's
prime
got to
time,
be.
yeah.
And another one.
No, 5. This is insane.
Week 17 at Dallas. 7:15 Saturday Night Football, and this says.
I thought you said the Vikings played them last game of the year.
Week 17, yeah, week 18. Remember, there's 18 weeks now.
Oh yeah.
So Lions are at Dallas on a Saturday Night Football game, week 17. But there's also, I don't know if this is accurate, but on here it says to be announced on the Lions versus Broncos game for the time to be announced. Broncos versus Lions, I should say, week 15, and to be announced. Vikings at Lions last game of the year. That could end up being
that's going to be flexed into the
probably,
prime time.
and the Vikings are definitely going to lose that.
And depending on how Russell Wilson shows up this year, which one other one might be flexed in.
Yeah,
this is wild. You know what I hate? That I have all this excitement going into the year for the Bears, and week 1 I got to wait till the afternoon slot.
Oh, the late afternoon.
It's like, come on! I don't want to just sit here watching just games until. They come on.
Get you hyped up and ready.
I'm gonna be ready. I'm not gonna sleep the night before.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be sitting there just shaking in my bed.
Get so nervous.
Yeah, I feel like I'm on the team. I'm pretty much on the team.
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
How is that?
Because when I refer to the Bears, I say
we.
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah. Yep. All right. Good point.
That's a true sports fan.
It's accurate. Accurate statement. Are you ready for? Week 1 pickups.
Yep.
All right, we're just doing this on the spot here.
Yep.
So yeah, you didn't really, your picks could change when we get to the actual week 1 pickums. That's why I told them when I did mine. Maybe they won't, but I already know who you're going with this one.
Well, yeah. If you skip to this point, you might not know. But if you started from the beginning of this episode, I'm not going with the Lions.
He's riding with the Chiefs, I have my picks in a separate video that actually went up. Was that yesterday? So you can check those out.
Did you take the Lions?
No, I took the Chiefs.
Okay.
I'll tell you who I took after you pick yours, and we can compare.
Okay.
We can compare.
Compare notes.
All right.
Yeah, easy.
Easy for you. Okay.
I think so.
So the first Sunday game is Panthers at the Falcons, and you're kind of an anti-Falcons guy.
I am. They came around on me last year, though. I picked them a couple times.
Bryce Young or Desmond Ridder in Atlanta. Start the year.
I'm going Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing it. Okay, there you are.
I'm going to start the year off right with Atlanta. For Bijan.
Just for Bijan.
Do it for Bijan, yeah.
Do it for Bijan. He's got his own mustard, Bijan mustard. He actually does.
No, really?
Yeah, he does, yeah.
Is it just
It's like the Jean mustard, but it's Bijan mustard. He did that because like college athletes could get paid now. They can do that shit.
Well, you had this in college?
Yeah, so he did it last year.
What?
So if this was a few years ago, you wouldn't be able to it'd be illegal for.
Do we have the mustard costume?
It's here somewhere. I'm
gonna wear that every for the Falcons games. I'm gonna be the Bijan side report.
That's a good idea.
Yep.
That's a good
idea. Write that one down. This is where we need somebody to write that down because that's a great idea.
It's no more Heinz squirts because the Heinz field is
no longer
gone.
a thing.
So now it's Bijan Mustard.
we got to work the name better, but
That sounds good. Bijan Mustard, or I don't know.
yeah, we'll work on it. But yeah, definitely going to be Mustard on the sideline.
That's fantastic. Fantastic thinking there. Okay. All right.
2-0 so far.
2-0. On fire. Bengals at Brown. Oh, I didn't tell you who I went with.
Oh, yeah.
I actually went with the Panthers, but that was a 50-50 one. I was thinking, like, the Falcons got better, but Bryce Young, Frank Reich, it's like tough to game plan for week one, I think. You don't really know what to expect, but
true.
it's 50-50. In Atlanta, it's 50-50 there. But
most of Atlanta had the same coaching staff. They had a lot of the same players that are starting. Like, Carolina's coming in. The only thing that benefits Carolina is, like you said, the tape's not out.
The tape's
We
not
have
out.
no idea what they're going to do.
It's a tough one, though. But you might have convinced me with the Bijan Mustard. But Bengals at Browns.
Squeaker of the week.
Squeaker of the week.
Yep.
He's already locking it in. Yes, should be a good one in week one.
Take the Bengals.
He's taking the Bengals. I had to tell the Bengals fans, I'm like, hey, Bengals fans, in the video I was saying this, I'm picking you to win a Super Bowl. That's my Super Bowl team right now. But I'm picking the Browns in week one in
they
Cleveland.
Do start slow.
Yeah, Bengals start a little slow, but the Browns I think will be tougher than people think. Home, they just got Zadarius Smith last night.
Yep.
And
in a full year of our full offseason with Deshaun.
Yeah, so they'll be tougher than people think. I think the Bengals will be better when it's all said and done. But week one, I went with the Browns.
I feel like I cannot trust. I don't know why I feel this way. I cannot trust the Browns O-line.
It's really good. What are you talking about? What, to say healthy maybe?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because the last couple years they've been, I don't know, they've just been questionable in terms of health, but I can't trust them. And I got to go with the Bengals. This is the year the Bengals
That's
come out
bold
hot.
because Bengals are the team with the offensive line. You don't really trust.
I don't trust that either. I don't trust that either, but I trust Joe Burrow more than Deshaun Watson.
Okay. All right.
And they've proven in the last few years that they could win. Not early, so this is a terrible – I'm not even defending myself here. This is a terrible pick, but I'm taking them.
Okay.
This is the year.
Jags and Colts.
The Chester Cheetos.
Chester Cheetos.
Is that what that kid called him in the Titans video? All he said was Chester Cheeto.
Is that what it was? I forget.
For the Jaguars.
Trevor Lawrence versus maybe Anthony Richardson.
If Anthony Richardson starts, give me them. If not, taking the Jacksonville Jaguars.
That's actually where I was at too. Just because I told the Jags fans, I'm like, hey, you're going to be way better than the Colts this year. But week one, tough to game plan for. Steichen's new offense, Anthony Richardson. Like, how are you going to game plan for that? Richardson will struggle this year, but week one, he'll probably run all over. It happens to be the Jags. It's a tough game plan. But the Jags are just straight up better, so they might just win. Because it actually might be a high-scoring game, but I was kind of in the same boat.
Who's the if Anthony Richardson doesn't start, who's
Minshew?
Ugh.
Against his old team.
Ugh.
Yeah, I would go with the Jags then.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm going Colts is because the game plan, no lack of film, factor there.
Yep.
And that's week one. Upsets happen because of that, so you got to try to pick them out here.
And the Jags like to do this thing where they beat good teams and lose to bad teams.
Yeah,
it seems
accurate.
to be a trend.
Seems to be a thing. Oh, the Bucks and Baker Mayfield and the Vikings.
This is tough as a Baker Mayfield kind of guy. Very tough. Give me the Vikings at home.
Yeah, I was taking the Vikings on that one at home. I mean, the Bucks got a pretty decent roster, but just a question at quarterback and maybe the offensive line. The Vikings are a team that's going to put up points. So will Baker be able to? They should be able to put up points, but will they be able to keep up? So I went with the Vikings. I know they're favored by a bit. I think it's like 7. So it'll probably be closer than that. But
lines are already out.
Yeah,
this is so crazy. Well, I guess now.
Yeah, early
post
betting.
Draft, post free agency.
Post Malone.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Titans and Saints. Is it going to be Ryan Tannehill or Will Levis? That's the question. The Saints got Derek Carr. This was an easy one for me. I think it's week one. You can't say anything's easy, but I thought it was easy.
But this should be Saints right away off the rip. But I feel like the Titans win week ones a lot.
They know. I feel like they don't.
You feel like they don't?
They lost to the Giants last year in week one. They got their ass beat to the Cardinals in week one the year before. How I remember this, I don't know.
Yep, give me the Saints.
Take the Saints.
Saints go marching.
Yeah. Because the Saints are a good team. They're always a good team, but they've been really beat up.
Yeah.
The last few years. it's a tough draw to have to play. If you're going to play the Saints, you want to play them when maybe more likely they're going to be beat up. Week 1, that's tough. So I feel like I'm confident with the Saints go marching in on this one as well.
Is Michael Thomas finally back?
He's supposed to be.
Wow. Haven't seen him on a football field in what? That feels like 10 years.
He started the year last year.
What, one game?
Yeah, I can't remember what it was. He played a couple. And my fantasy team.
No,
I thought I was smart with that one. I wasn't.
Was it like a late one? You thought, man, I really got him here with this sneaker.
The sneaker
pick.
Yeah, I got Olave too. I had both their receivers, but Olave ended up being good. Michael Thomas, I think I got him in 2 out of 3 leagues too.
Oh my God.
He was looking good when he was on the field, but I thought I was genius. Blew up right in my face.
This is the year you don't get him, and he stays healthy all year.
Yeah,
Promise you.
so I'm taking the credit if he's dominant.
Yep.
Stays healthy, or doesn't have to be dominant. 49ers and Steelers. Yeah, this is a tough one. Defensive ball game.
Mm-hmm.
Who the hell's starting for the 49ers? We don't think it'll be Purdy. We would think Lance, but some talk about Darnold possibly.
What?
Yeah.
No.
They're liking that idea over there. And then they did lose their defense coordinator, but they do get Steve Wilkes, pretty good defense coordinator of the 49ers. But to me, this is be a low scoring defensive game here.
What we should have a word for like just a low scoring game, like how we have Squeaker just means close game. We need something for just like a 6-3 final. That's all it is, just 3 field goals the whole game or something like that. Like what are we calling just a super low scoring game? Like if we have the shootout.
Something with like stout deep, stout deep. I was going with that for a while. Last year I was saying sus a lot.
Sus, you were.
I thought of something to say. I got to start writing stuff down because actually this was like this week. I thought of something I was going to use quite a bit. I was going to say quite a bit in the picks this year, and I already forgot what it was.
Ooh.
It's like 3 days later. It was something good. I was going to keep using, and now I'm pissed off because I can't remember what it was because I could have just thrown it out here. But
if it's truly that good, though, it'll come back.
Yeah.
I got to go with the Niners here, but we could just stick a pen in it. But we got to remember that we need a low-scoring phrase of some sort.
Let us know in the comments. You
Yes.
know with the Niners, I went with the Niners as well. That's a tough one though. A stout defensive game. It's just not. That's not good enough.
No. My finger I broke a couple years ago just randomly still feels like it's broken.
That's not good.
Yeah.
I broke this thumb and it'll get like stuck. I gotta pop it. It's usually when I'm sleeping. I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'll be like,
Well, you got to pop it down.
Yeah, it's
so
like
you just do like a thumb war with yourself.
Yeah, it's stuck like this. So I gotta really.
And does it make a noise?
Oh yeah, it really pops. Oh. I probably should be doing this instead because like snapping it's probably wearing down the bone. That hurts when I push a little bit.
I do this little thumb crack where you give it a little push forward. Yeah. And it cracks it.
I got cut in the mouth playing basketball. You see this? It's not that bad right now, but playing basketball on Tuesday and it was deep. I'm surprised it looks good right now because I had like a flap. It was it was like
elbow?
Cut this way. If people keep asking me, everyone always was an elbow, and I'm like I don't even know. It like didn't hurt that bad, but I knew I got hit there, so I put my hand there, and it was just all blood. It bled all day.
Oh boy!
And went to the locker room and looked in the mirror, and it was like deep, and it was like a flap. It was like open. I was like a little worried this is not gonna heal right, but it's actually healing okay.
I had literally one happen the same kind of thing, and I got screened, and I was coming around to help on defense, and as the guy goes around the screen, he just does this move where he tries to swim, and just goes boom, elbow to the mouth. I'm just bleeding everywhere, and he turns around and he just goes, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Am I okay?" Like I'm holding my teeth in right now.
What the hell are you doing? Flinging your arms around?
Yeah, just
pick up
like,
basketball.
And
People get a little crazy there. They get a little crazy. Cardinals, Commanders. Probably no Kyler Murray in this one.
Oh, for sure.
I'm not gonna say for sure, but it's probably no Kyler Murray. And then so you have Colt McCoy, and you got they drafted Clayton Tune.
Yeah, give me Washington.
Take your Washington?
Unless Kyler Murray plays. But even if he plays, he's probably not going to be 100%.
Yeah.
Right, it was an ACL.
Yeah.
Right.
I was kind of in the same boat. Kyler plays. I'll probably go Cardinals, but I'm definitely going Commanders if he's not.
Can you guess off the top of your head how many years Colt McCoy's been in the league?
I'm not good at that. People always ask me guys' ages and like how long they've been in the league, and I always like something I can't remember. I can remember like everything else, but let's see. Yeah, it's been a bit. I was gonna say 10 years, but it's definitely got to be more.
It's got to be more.
Yeah.
If 12 is the over/under,
let's see. How old am I?
Well, you're going off your own age?
Yeah, I'm trying to, because I actually like remember. I remember weird stuff. I remember watching him get drafted, like in his
Who
house.
was in his draft class?
That's what I can't remember though. Who was in his draft class? But I think
Because he was a high pick, right?
I got to be younger than Colt McCoy. Yeah. So
If you're older than Colt McCoy, you're old.
yeah,
You're
I am old.
Yeah.
I'm younger than him, so it has to be way more than 10 years. So 10 years ago I was 21, so I had to been 12 is a good over under to set there.
We can get on it.
I feel like it's 12.
You feel 12 on the. You're taking the line. Okay.
How old was he?
McCoy.
No. I'm going to say 11.
Ooh.
I'm going to say 11.
He was drafted in 2010. So he's over. Oh,
He was drafted in 2010?
Yeah.
So how many years ago was that?
13.
13?
Oh, my God.
So it was an over. I went under by 1. It was over by 1. So, yeah, I was in high school. Yeah. Senior year high school. High school. Wild. Absolutely wild. Time flies when you're having fun.
Give me the Ravens.
Okay. I think the Texans could be tough. This could be that sneaky team this year. They've got one of the best defensive coaches, D'Amico Ryans. They're going to run like a 49er-style offense as well.
Did they a little twofer at the top of the draft?
Yeah, I think C.J. Stroud. I mean, he'll have his growing pains, but I think he'll come in and be solid. He's an accurate quarterback.
I like the Will Anderson pick. I love it.
Yeah.
Especially for D'Amico Ryan. Is it Ryan or Ryans?
D'Amico Ryans. Yeah.
Okay. He played for them, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely did.
They could be sneaky, the Texans. They might be a little bit tougher game plan early on, but probably if you're going to play the Ravens, it's probably the last team you want to play in week 1 because another one of those teams where they get beat up. Mm-hmm. So you get them in week 1, they're probably going to be healthy, and then just dealing with Lamar Jackson running around in week 1 just sounds like absolute fucking hell. So,
but I'm kind of curious to see Texans defense go up against that. Like, what's their plan with that?
Yeah, Ryans might have a plan.
I think he would.
Yeah.
They're going to try to do something.
Ravens are favored by a whopping 9.5 in this one.
That's kind of.
But maybe Vegas is thinking the same thing. Like in Baltimore, they're tough to deal with early on. They're healthy, but Texans could be sneaky. They could be a little sneaky.
Does Odell make it through the whole year?
Probably not. Most of it.
He took a whole year off of football.
Yeah, it's tough. Pay him a lot of money. Oh, easy.
Easy. Bashing.
Whoa.
What's going on here?
I don't know. They can't see that, so it's all right.
Bashing.
Bashing.
I
took the Bears as well.
Good.
But it was a tough one because, to me, Jordan. This is good for Jordan Love. Week 1,
is it though?
Yeah, because the time he started was 2 years ago, and where he really struggled, it was against the Chiefs, but they blitzed so much and they got crazy pressure on Love that it was a struggle. The Bears got better, but they might have one of the worst pass rushes in football, let's be honest. So it's a good team to start with because you're not going to have to deal with a bunch of pressure. And offensive line for the Packers is pretty good when healthy. They should be healthy week 1. And the Bears should be better stopping the run this year for sure, but they were really bad last year, and I think the Packers will actually be a run-first team with Jones and Dillon, so they might be able to run and open up the pass that way against the Bears. But at the same time, Bears got a lot of new weapons, so it might be a tough game plan, and I think just dealing with Justin Fields and his legs week 1 in Chicago, sloppy soldier, is tough. I got a feeling the Bears start the year pretty hot.
I agree.
I was looking at their schedule. I feel like they're going to start 5-2. 2-1 and 5-2, something like that. Then they kind of come back down to earth a little bit, but I think they'll start good.
They're going to score points here. That they're going to be once they kind of figured out the whole Getsy kind of system, because you can tell early on they just weren't comfortable with it. But as soon as they kind of figured that out, they're putting points up. They're putting points up on everyone. It didn't matter who they played. They put points up on the Cowboys defense. They just kept putting points up, and I think that. Again, Packers got a good defense, but they're going to get – Jordan Love's going to have to keep up. And I think if this game was in Green Bay, it would definitely be a bashing for the Bears again. So I would double down on it.
You're doubling down.
Doubling down.
Okay.
But yeah, this is no contest. The only thing that sucks about this game is, like I said, the afternoon slate.
Late afternoon. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's tough. We know Dan, the season ticket holder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe is that because he doesn't get home till super late then.
Oh yeah.
Because I went with him to the last game of the year, Bears Vikings, and that just ends up being an all day thing, and that was a noon game. It literally ends up being an all day thing. So I guess if it's the late afternoon slot, you don't have to wake up super early, but the traffic's probably terrible getting down there, and I mean even the noon. Yeah, what time did I get home? I got home at like 5:30, and that was from like going to a noon game. So like if you're going to
You won't be home till after 8.
Yeah. Well, I guess he's gone to Sunday night games and Monday night games, so that's even.
He's committed.
He's committed, yeah.
I'm kind of curious about the sod reports this year. I hope that.
Well, Dan's not going to be doing picks with us this year. He's
right, but I hope
getting married, busy man, but he better be.
He's not too busy to go to the Bears games. I mean, he can't do
well,
that.
is he going, I guess? I think he is, but.
We can confirm this, but if he is, I need sod reports still.
Yeah.
I need him.
He's going to have to up his game a little bit. Full breakdown videos.
Yes.
Yes.
And we need him to like somehow get samples of the grass. Sorry, the sod.
Okay. Raiders Broncos. This was the toughest one to pick for me. I didn't know. I was arguing with myself in the video. I flipped my pick a million times. This was the toughest one to pick. Yep.
Can we have like the worst matchup of the week?
I mean, it should be a close game.
Yeah, but it's gonna just be. This is just gonna be ugly to watch, I would think, in my opinion. But I'm taking the Broncos. Broncos country, let's ride.
Is it because of the altitude?
It's 100% because of the altitude.
That's where I was at. I was like,
wait, you got all the way there. That was,
huh?
That was your deciding factor.
I actually went with the Raiders, but first I was going with the Raiders just because Russ stinks and Garoppolo knows McDaniel's system, but then I was like, Broncos defense is better than Raiders defense, and the altitude. I'm gonna go with the Broncos, but then I'm like, Russ. Maybe Sean Payton's system, just being the coach, should make Russ better than he was last year. I would hope, but is it going to take a little time to kind of adjust to it? Because really, Drew Brees is the only guy that successfully ran that system.
Yeah.
So it might be a little tough. And then Jimmy Garoppolo knows he played under McDaniels. He knows McDaniel's system. And they got some weapons. Devontae Adams. Not that the Broncos don't, but Devontae Adams. They got Michael Mayer now, Josh Jacobs. So I think they'll kind of feel. They'll feel pro ready. They'll feel week one ready. So I went with the Raiders because of that. But I was like, the altitude was kind of sticking in my head. So I'm like, I could easily go Broncos because of that. But
do you think that the Raiders, with Jimmy G and losing Carr and Waller, are they better this year than they were last year? On paper.
On paper, no. But I think they're better because Garoppolo fits the system a little more. Well, they did get Michael Mayer. I'm a big Michael Mayer guy.
Right, but we don't know. We have no idea what to expect with that.
Yeah, I think Garoppolo's going to throw him the ball a shit ton. I think it's going to work out.
I mean, Garoppolo loved Kittle.
Yeah. And Mayer's, he's not as quick as Kittle, but he's tough after the catch too. That was an absolute steal. So I think that'll be fun. Their defense can be pretty bad, though. On paper, their defense is bad. I mean, they have Max Crosby, who we love here, but and they got some other pieces, but it's pretty bad on paper. So that's a tough part. But their offense will be better this year, even though it might not look like Carr and Waller gone, Garoppolo in, and then some rookies obviously, and they signed Jacoby Myers too, but you could argue on paper it actually looks worse, but I think it'll be better, even if you think it looks worse.
Interesting.
All right. Eagles Patriots.
Oh, not even close.
Not even close?
No.
You're going Patriots?
No shot.
I think it could be close just because.
In Foxborough.
Well, yeah, and Bill O'Brien's now the play caller for the Patriots. I mean, the Patriots had that whole stupid experiment last year with Patricia and Joe Judge, a defensive guy and a special teams guy as the offensive guys. I mean, it was mainly Patricia. We knew that was going to be bad before it even happened. And Mac Jones struggled. And in Bill O'Brien, Patriots background and Alabama background, he's a good offensive mind. Like, he's good, So I think they can get back on track, and it might be a little bit tougher of a game plan because it's different than last year. So what do you expect, And the Eagles lost their offense coordinator and defensive coordinator. Eagles defense will be good still, but I think it could take time to adjust, different defense maybe. But then at the same time, I did pick the Eagles, though, because at the same time, Eagles are really good, and I think dealing with Jalen Hurts week 1 is got to be tough. And the Patriots, for some reason, even though their defense is always good, for some reason they always struggle against running quarterbacks. That's like been a thing, like the entire Belichick era, it feels like, for some reason. So, yeah.
I don't get how Mac Jones played bad last year, but he got so much of the blame for everything. Meanwhile, like you were talking about, they're doing that whole coaching thing, like who's calling the play calls and stuff, and it's like, why? There was even a point where he was being shopped in trade talks, or allegedly, but
yeah, I don't know how.
I don't think that was true at all. I mean, he's definitely their guy. And we had the whole Zappy. Zappy had his moment of shine.
Zappy Matt Mania.
Yeah, that was like Minshew. He had a whole little window there.
Yeah.
Wow. The Jeremy Lin of the NFL.
I was thinking the same thing. I was trying to think of a term like Linsanity, but I just could not think of one. Like Zappy Mania is what I came up with.
I mean, it works.
It works. All right.
Linsanity is the best one ever. The best combination of how you could, whatever. It was awesome.
Who's winning the NBA Finals?
If the Lakers win, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah,
I'm gonna cry so hard.
Or if the Sixers were on the Eagles. I'm just not. Yeah. I'm not anti-Sixers. I'm not a fan of James Harden. I know you know that probably.
Yep. He's bad for the game.
I just don't. He's good, talented. I just don't respect this game a whole lot. Never did.
I mean, he's very good.
And yeah,
he's very good.
But that Game 7 for Celtics Sixers is tomorrow, Mother's Day game. I think the Nuggets. I picked the Celtics going into the playoffs, and they could win still.
Yep.
I am rooting for my guy Jimmy Butler.
Oh yeah.
But the Nuggets look dominant. Like they look. I mean,
Nuggets Heat in the finals. Give me it.
Nuggets Heat.
Give me it.
Yeah, I guess it depends on who wins Game 7 of Sixers Celtics. Because I think the Heat would beat the Sixers, but I think the Celtics might beat the Heat if it's them. Could be wrong. Yep. Both those could be dead wrong. I'm not a basketball expert, but
we are a J Butt expert though.
I don't. J Butt. Oh, J Butt.
Yeah.
That's, okay.
That's a sweet nickname. No one calls him that.
I always say Jimmy G. But they don't say that. That was only a Stacey King Bulls thing.
Yep.
The G stands for Gits. I've said that on Twitter before, like while he was on the Heat, and people were like, "What?"
You had to be there.
You had to be there, man.
Had to be there. That was a time to be alive.
If Jimmy wins a ship, I'll be happy.
I'm getting a jersey.
I was looking at them too, like the alternate ones. They're like white, and they have like I think the Flames actually always coming off the Heat, but I don't like their normal jerseys. I think they're kind of boring.
Yep.
But they have like an alternate one where
I like the black ones.
Let me see if I can pull it up.
I don't wear white, so.
Yeah, I have a white. What do I have? Kawhi Leonard, but it was like a retro Clippers where they're like Buffalo Braves or something like that.
Buffalo Braves.
So yeah, something like that. I thought it was cool, so I have it, and it's white. So do I get another white one? I don't know. It's this one.
Ooh,
so
yeah.
Is there a window capture in here? Let's see. This is just a random podcast.
Yeah, this is nice though. This is a sick jersey. Look at this thing.
Whoa.
Where'd it go?
There we go.
Oh yeah.
The first one right there.
That middle one or the one to the right, I hate that one.
Yeah. That first one, something like the numbers and the I don't like their normal jerseys that much. I don't really like those that much.
Why don't they wear the red ones anymore?
Yeah, that's a good point. Do they wear I mean, they're not ugly, these ones, but this one is so sweet.
I think we got to normalize teams being like open to changing their jerseys more, or going back and wearing throwbacks. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, I take it personally because as a Chicago sports fan, they refuse to do that, and it drives me nuts. But
yeah,
oh, that's a sick logo.
Buffalo Braves.
That's a sick logo. What is it?
Is that like, yeah, because the Clippers wore 'em. You can see the picture. I have that same jersey. I have Kawhi's jersey.
It's a pretty sick jersey.
Oh, I'm messing up here. Yeah. I have that exact. It doesn't have Bumble on it, though. I'll tell you that. They have that on their jerseys. I didn't realize
That's their
it.
sponsor, yeah.
I guess so. Yeah, I have that Buffalo Braves. And apparently the Clippers wear that. Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
I thought it was a sweet jersey, so I'm like, I'm getting that.
That is sweet. What's that? The baby blue one.
Yeah, were they blue at one point? Buffalo Braves.
Those are pretty sweet.
Rochester Kings. I didn't even know they were Rochester until Neil Funk called them that. Neil Funk was that old, yeah. Bulls were playing the Kings. This was like 5 years ago. And he was like, Chicago Bulls. And he had the score. And then Rochester Kings. And he said the score. And I was like, what?
He said the Knickerbockers or something like that.
The Knickerbockers, yeah.
Yeah. Whatever.
Because it actually used to be that, yeah.
You said, what?
Like day one. Knicks, short for Knickerbockers.
What a name. Like, who thought that? Like, team names you want them to be short and sweet, have a little flow to them. That is the clunkiest word ever. It's so just terrible.
All right, back to the picks.
Yep.
Dolphins, Chargers. That's a good one.
Give me the Chargers. Week 1, healthy. You give me this in Week 15, taking the Dolphins all the way.
What?
Give me the Chargers.
That doesn't make any sense because the Dolphins are the ones that are beat up.
No,
Tua.
that's just Tua. It's literally just Tua.
I mean,
can't keep his head on his shoulders, literally.
Where the heck's your thing? There it is. I took the 50-50 game. I took the Dolphins. Vic Fangio in town. He did a good job against that Herbert Chargers offense when he was coaching the Broncos. And he's got a very talented Dolphins defense here. And it's just a talented team in general. So I think that
they're traveling a long ways. Did you put that into account?
No.
It's a long travel day.
It's a 50-50 one. I'm going to go.
It is a 50-50 game.
I'm going to go with the Dolphins. The Dolphins. Okay. Rams, Seahawks. This one could be a trap game. I took the Seahawks because they're better and they're home.
I think that's what the world wants you to choose.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going with the Rams.
Yeah. This is another one of those, too, where it's like, if you're gonna, I mean, they got to play the Rams twice, but because they're in the same division. But you play them week 1's tough because Stafford should be healthy, right? The offensive line should be healthy. They were all beat up last year. Cooper Kupp should be healthy, so that offense is going to be good. But they lost so much on defense, like no more Jalen Ramsey. They lost both their safeties. They lost Bobby. They lost Bobby Wagner, Leonard Floyd. They cut. They got no pass rush besides.
Where's Leonard Floyd right now?
He's a free agent still. That's my top free agent. I would like for the Panthers to sign him, but.
But the Rams, I could see them.
I think it's gonna be a shootout right here.
Yes, I could see them being this team, just like, hey guys, we never left. Like they have this year here where they win the Super Bowl, all the way to the rock bottom. They're gonna be middle of the pack this year.
Yeah, the issue is when they won the Super Bowl, their defense was nasty that year. It's just not gonna be good this year.
Oh yeah,
and they'll probably get beat up. You hate to say it, but at some point,
that'd be sad.
But I could see the Rams winning the upset. I think the Seahawks are fair by like 5.5 or 6.5. I think it'll be tighter than that.
Take it.
Yeah. Okay. And we got this is Sunday Night Football. Cowboys at Giants.
Prime time. Who would have guessed? Give me the Cowboys.
Taking
that. It really hurts me, but give me the Cowboys.
I took the boys as well. In Giants though, prime time makes it tough. Got that home crowd, home field advantage. Yeah, I think that Cowboys defense is going to be nasty. It always is pretty nasty, but I think it's going to be extra nasty this year. They had Gilmore. They got Parsons full-time off the edge now. They added some linebackers, so he's able to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they always start out. They're the regular season champions.
Seems like it. NFC a little wide open this year. I mean, anybody can come out, so maybe they finally do it. I mean, they were very close to beating the Niners in that playoff game, and that was wild. Dak was just throwing the ball to the wrong team.
Numerous times.
Yeah, but so if he plays his normal game, it's like a little bit better, they can go places. Maybe. It's hard to believe in them. Just like there's like certain teams where it's just like, yeah, they're good, but can they get over that hump? Like Cowboys, Vikings, Packers. I mean, I don't have Rodgers anymore, but they were kind of always that team. And I mean, the 49ers, even them, like they seem to get to the NFC Championship game no problem, but they got to the Super Bowl a few years ago, but can they actually do it? But there's so many of those teams in the NFC where it's like it kind of makes it a little wide open.
But is Tony Pollard going to be healthy for week 1?
I don't think so.
So who's starting at running back?
Yeah, it could be Deuce Vaughn, who they just drafted.
Nice.
They're probably going to sign somebody.
That's the guy's son, right?
Yeah, maybe they sign Zeke back if he can't find a home.
I have a feeling he's going to have a hard time finding a home.
I was guessing Chargers. Kellen Moore's over there, and the whole Eckler situation. Even if they have Eckler, they could use Zeke too because they complement each other a little bit. I thought they made sense.
Yeah, definitely does. Who needs it? Like, who needs one? Hey, Vikings, if you cut Dalvin Cook, just bring him in as the 2-string.
Yeah, got a number of backs, but I mean that'd be our best second option. Or he could be. I don't think he's better than Madison this year, but he could be.
Yeah,
could be.
It almost seemed like you saw it coming too, because even though he was kind of banged up, but they were just taking him out of the rotation. I mean, obviously Tony Pollard was just, every time he touched the ball was just doing way better than Zeke, but
Zeke's still really good short yardage.
Yeah,
definitely really good short yardage. Find that end zone near the goal line there. All right, you got the Cowboys, and then one more. It's Monday. I think it's the best one of the week 1.
Bills.
You're taking Bills?
Mm-hmm.
Bills at Jets. You were pretty quick on that one.
I know. It's because I hate Aaron Rodgers.
I also took the Bills. I don't hate Aaron Rodgers, even though he caused my team hell for a long time. But I don't hate anybody in the NFL. But, yeah, the Jets are going to be good. They're going to be really good. Good defense. They got Aaron Rodgers. They got talent. They got talent over there. Maybe it'll take a little time to adjust. They'll still be good, but I think the Bills will be a little more prepared, a little more ready. I think dealing with Josh Allen week 1's difficult as well. So I took – and Von Miller should be back. So I took the Bills, but this is going to be my favorite game of the week, I think. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a battle. It's going to be an absolute battle.
Bloodbath.
I don't like the Nathaniel Hackett signing for the Jets. I don't like that at all.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't good.
Yeah, it scares me a lot. And then he grew out that goatee. Definitely scares me.
Yeah, the goatee.
Did you see that goatee?
I don't think I saw it.
What? Look it up.
Nathaniel Hackett? Am I just looking it up on Twitter?
Probably. It has to be up there. You need to see this goatee. He was a clean-shaven boy when he was with the Broncos. Show me the goatee.
There he is in the video.
Yeah, look at this thing. He turns into somebody that should be riding a Harley. Like, what is that?
Yeah, what the hell? I'm a little scared, too.
Yeah, like, what's going on here? He's going through a midlife crisis.
You think he's on the sideline with that week 1 this game?
Oh, yeah.
If he's not, are you taking the Jets?
No, because then he's going to be in the booth with it. If he shaves it completely, give me the Jets. But he's not shaving that thing.
Oh, you're taking the Jets. Says, this is what I was going to look up. This
he looks like Nick Cannon.
Sauce looks like Nick Cannon.
A little bit.
I could see it.
In this picture, anyway.
Sports Illustrated.
Why does he have doo-doo fingers?
Dude, I was thinking it looks like blood. I mean, it's supposed to be sauce, but like what B-dub sauce is that?
That's honey barbecue all the way.
Honey barbecue?
All the way.
Well, there might be. He's got his own sauce at B-dubs, I think.
Really?
I think that was a thing. So maybe it's that. But his face just looks so weird. Like, what is he going to put in his mouth or sniff it a little? Or
This is just weird because, like, I would need to see the bowl that he dipped in also in the picture because then I would kind of know.
He's making a weird face, too. I think he was making fun of it, too. He's like, he tweeted something like, they did me wrong or something like, they did me like that or something like that. But it looks like blood. That's why I said this is going to be a bloodbath, and I thought of this.
He's about to just, like, take a lick off his hand. But what? Yeah.
I don't get it.
You know, like where you get some sauce, you don't know if you're going to like it or not. It's a weird sauce, so you just, like, dip a finger in it, give it a taste.
You got the whole thing.
And he went back of the fingers. That's kind of wild. I mean, I'm not just going to go, I'm going to probably just go one little dab and give it a taste. Like, oh, yeah, I like that.
Dab? You dabbing?
Not like that.
Nobody dabs anymore.
No, dabbing died.
Died.
Same with Cam Newton's career. Kind of died at the same time. It was kind of weird.
Now it's just all about the gritty.
I want a quarterback in the NFL. I need another one of those, like that Cam Newton year where everyone hated how much he was dancing, but you couldn't stop. I need that. I need him. I don't want just touchdown dances. I need everything you do positive. Just dance. Just make everyone hate you because you're like, why do you hate him? Because he dances. Why does he dance? Because he's good. Okay, he's good.
I just remember that clip of him. It was a Titans player. He was like he scored and he was just doing this stuff.
Yeah, he just hit him
in his face, and he got in his face and was doing it. He just kept doing it. Like he wasn't even shit talking back. He just kept like. That was good. That was good stuff.
Oh my god.
Is that wow? I'm trying to think who Wesley Woodyard maybe.
He was so mad too.
Yeah.
I need another one of them dancers in there.
We need Cam.
Get him in there. I can't believe he's just out of the league. I don't understand.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys that are just out of the league. Make no sense.
We're back in the newsroom just like that. We walked in there.
Yep. Yep. Oh boy.
Yeah.
This is wild. Well, my picks are 100%.
100.
Lock it in.
Locked in 100%.
I'll see you week 2, I guess.
Yeah, see you in week. You don't even need to make your week 1 picks.
Week 1 picks are already done.
Yeah, mine too. 100% accurate. I was actually going to say that in the video that these were 100% accurate last year. So here's this year's picks.
Yep.
Real quick, I know you got to go, but I always ask the Twitter subs if they have any questions. So Charlie Feinstein.
So Charlie.
Jahmyr Gibbs plus 900 offensive rookie of the year. Feel like the value is insane. Well, yeah, he's going to touch the ball a lot with the Lions. They're going to use him in the pass game, the run game.
Yeah,
I think the why it's plus 900 is because they do have David Montgomery over there. There's a chance he could be better. And how many carries does he get? And I think Bijan is just such like there's such a good shot he wins.
Yeah.
Or I mean, you got the quarterbacks too. Like there's such a good shot that it's Bijan, Bryce Young, or C.J. Stroud. I do like Jordan Addison too. I think him going to the Vikings where they're going to pass a lot, and Jefferson taking a lot of those double teams away.
I feel like Bijan though is the guaranteed right now. Like he's their starting running back. And and I think that I was about to say the Cowboys, the Lions. They traded the longest guy that's been there, so now it's just 2 brand new faces. You got to open it up to a competition, but you just have no idea who's winning that competition. I mean, you got to give them both a chance.
Yeah, so that would be why he's plus 900, and it's not crazy value, but maybe worth a shot. And then one more wise Kodiak at Skydean 200. What NFC team will be fighting for a wild card spot? I mean, a number of them. Okay, like who?
A sleeper team. Commanders
Are a sleeper team?
Yeah.
Well, you go like Eagles, they're like a contender. They're more than a wild card contender. Yep. The Cowboys are maybe more of a contender. Yep. Giants fighting for a wild card. Commanders fighting for a wild card. Vikings, you'd think they'd be in the playoffs, but could be a wild card because the Lions could win the division.
Yeah.
Bears could be sneaky.
Yeah.
NFC South is tough because I think the Saints would be the favorites, but are they going to get beat up again?
And Carr is such a question mark for me.
Panthers, Falcons should be fighting for wild card spots.
You think the Panthers are going to be good?
Yeah, I think they could be fighting for a wild card spot. I think they'll be middle of the road. I mean, just because they have a good defense. Defense is really good, and they got a new defense coordinator who I like a lot, Ejiro Evero. He's really good. But the defense is not a problem. It's always been solid. And then offense, they made the offensive line so much better last year because it was a good young group, and so I think it'll take a step up this year. I think Frank Reich can call an offense.
I need them to stink.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to completely stink. I mean, if Bryce Young gets hurt, which is a possibility, I'd say it, but he runs into contact a lot, so that'd be so that's my issue. But
is he taller than Kyler?
I believe he's a little taller. Yeah,
has
to be. Kyler never measured in. There's a reason for that.
Because he was probably too busy playing Call of Duty.
Couldn't
show up.
49ers should win the NFC West, but Purdy injured, then how's he going to be when he comes back? They don't have D'Amico Ryans anymore. Could the Seahawks win the division? Maybe. Rams, they get back on track? Probably not. Cardinals might struggle this year. So
the Rams would be the sleeper team in that division.
Yeah. And the Panthers probably the sleeper in the NFC South. I think people are kind of expecting the Falcons to either win a division or get a battle for a wild card.
Yeah. The NFC East is always close, so that's why I kind of went with the Commanders.
I think the Packers could be sneaky, actually. I'm thinking that more and more. I mean, I don't think they're going to win the North, but in terms of wild card, because the defense is good. That's a good defense. And that defense alone win them some games. But they got a good offensive line if it's healthy. They have my thinking on why they could be better than expected is because I look at last year. I'm remembering last year, and they went on a run at the end of the year. They almost made the playoffs, and what was the issue with losing games earlier in the year? We were saying at the time they weren't running the ball enough. They have good running backs, and they would do some damage, and it might have been Rodgers adjusting the play and insisting on the pass game with kind of weak receivers, and they still have weak receivers. Is kind of the problem. But even though they got better, they added some tight ends too at the draft. But my point is, now that it's not Rodgers anymore, it's Love. I think they're going to run first. They're going to run to open up the pass, so they might stick on that running game, which is really good. It's a really good running game. They weren't really like. There was times they would go into games and they were like run first to start, but they weren't really a run team. Like they weren't run heavy, and they were still really good running games. So I think they could be a dominant running team, and that could simplify things, open things up for Jordan Love, make his job easier. And who knows? He learned from Rodgers for a while, and they got lucky. They went from Brett Favre to Rodgers. I don't think Love's going to be them, but could he be a lot better than expected after learning from Rodgers, and the defense can win some games? So the more I'm saying it out loud, the more I think they're actually a threat, not to win a Super Bowl or anything like that, but I think they can do some damage.
I just think it comes down to just, like, yes, their defense is going to keep them in games, but their defense is not really a scoring defense. I mean, Jordan Love needs to score. Needs to put the ball in the end zone, and I just don't trust him to do that. I think there's going to be a lot of games this year where they lose because, like you said, they commit to the run, and it's going to just be a one-dimensional thing. And that
could happen too.
Those games are the worst to watch, where you're just like, do something, like throw the ball.
Yeah, I guess that could be the argument against what I said, because with Rodgers, maybe they were able to run the ball so well because people are more worried about the pass. Yeah. So now it could work early on when they game plan, like, all right, let's stack the box, and then it's up to Love to do something. And he could do something, but it's up to him. So could the run be tougher because they don't have Rodgers? Easy answer is yes, probably. So, yeah.
It is risky business. I'm curious to see how Love pans out.
Yeah, there's a lot of how's Love going to pan out? Is Justin Fields going to take that next step with the weapons? Because Justin Fields has all the traits. Like, he has all the traits. To me, he's either going to be bad or he's going to be great. Yeah. That's where I'm at with Justin Fields, because he has the tools, he has the traits. It's kind of just up here, like processing things.
And protection. Every time he's protected and he's in the pocket, he delivers a nice pass. It's not.
There are times where I thought he had a nice pocket and he kind of acted like he didn't and kind of went out.
Because he moves.
Yeah. So he just got to be a little smarter, because he has the tools. That's So to me, he's either going to be a great quarterback or he's going to be like a bust. He's going to be bad. I don't think there's any in between. Like, I don't think he's going to be okay.
Go ahead.
I was done.
Oh. What's crazy is that the Bears, this is what gets me excited. Going into last year, the Bears' number one receiver is now their third option, which is kind of crazy. I don't want to see Equinemius St. Brown on the field. I really don't. Or Pettis. Give me the rookies. Give me Velus Jones from last year. He drops the ball. Yeah, he has a fumbling problem. I want to see him. He should be the fourth option.
Tyler Scott could beat him out for the fourth.
Right. I want to see these guys. I don't want to see St. Brown. Like, I'm sorry, he's a good run blocker. Byron Pringle, great run blocker. Don't want to see you. I don't. Like, I want to see. We need to find out if Claypool's the guy. We need to figure out. DJ Moore's obviously going to be good, but we got to figure out if Mooney's the guy, because both Claypool and Mooney need to be extended, if so. So it's like, I think that they got way better offensively in terms of surrounding Fields with not only weapons but protection. I mean, running back, I feel like they kind of took a step back, but it's such a weird league now where that just does not matter. It's so weird. Running backs just don't matter.
Yeah.
As long as you have a decent running back in there and a good O-line, anyone's going to be able to do that.
Yep. I was saying Love, Fields. I was very curious to see how they play this year, and like guys that had like a monster year last year out of nowhere, like Geno Smith, and we were talking about Jared Goff. So those guys, and the rookies, of course, the second-year guys. Howell starting for the Commanders, Ritter for the Falcons. Who the hell starting for the Niners? It's gonna be Lance. That's I'm really curious about that. Like because Lance has all the tools in the world. So like, why can't he be a Justin Fields, or why can't he play as good or better than what Brock Purdy was doing? But it's kind of like a mystery right now. So that'll be very interesting. And like, if he plays, does he keep his job? Does he give it back to Purdy? If he's playing well, do they still give it back to Purdy? That's the big question there.
Do that.
Yeah.
You can't. I think whoever you start the year with, unless he's hurt, you got to commit to him.
Yeah.
I feel like if Lance was going to get traded, it would have been traded by now. I think all that talk was nonsense. Like, he got hurt. You drafted him high. You know it. Like, he's good.
I'd
Stay
trade
healthy.
for Lance. Vikings, I would trade for Lance.
Yeah.
Sit him behind Kirk for 1 year.
No one has any idea what to expect out of him. None.
I'd take the gamble.
Yeah, he's worth the gamble. That's why I was all like confused by the trade talks. Like, what are we doing? Like, it's one of those teams that no matter who you throw in there at quarterback, they're fine. So it's like, just stay healthy, run the system. They're gonna play that run heavy offense that works. It's just incredible, and they somehow just keep getting more weapons every single year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. They lost a coach. Finally, they take a blow. Finally, but we'll see. Niners are good, man.
Yeah.
They scare me.
They're always scary. You always count on them to be good, solid.
Yeah.
They started a little slow last year, so we'll see if that's the case this year, but they figured it out.
You know who beat them week 1 last year? Yeah, you do.
That sloppy soldier. It was extra sloppy.
Oh, it was extra.
All righty. Yeah, you got to get going, and I got to piss really bad,
Yep.
That'll do
Only
it.
one bathroom break, and it's post.
Well, Post Malone. I actually had a right when you walked in the door. I was pissing.
Oh, that's good.
So,
Yeah.
so 2 actually.
Nice.
Well, no, not really.
That's
'Cause I didn't have to piss during. Now I won one time during.
No, we're done though.
But we're done though. So 0. All
That's
right.
new record.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.